We would like to welcome you to our second One Chatham event. My name is Bill Horner III. I'm the editor and publisher of the Chatham News and Record. This is a huge topic. Poverty is consistently mentioned, ranked as the leading significant challenge in Chatham County.
Something that sticks out to me are the kids in Chatham County and the resilience that they've been able to show. I am inspired by some of the stories that I've seen from some of the kids that we've worked with.
I'd like to share an anecdote that really made me yearn for this type of community effort. I was in an IEP meeting last year, and we were trying to determine if a child was eligible for special education services, and in talking to the mom, trying to figure out what home life was like for the child early on as a kindergartner, she acknowledged that she had not read to her child, that she knew he was way behind, but she didn't make any efforts to help because she said that's what you do at school. So I was waiting for him to start to school, and you would take care of that. And I walked out of that meeting not thinking, well, this is a failure of the parent, but thinking this is a failure of our community.
Especially a mother or a single parent, they're like, I have to work 12 hours, I have to get home, make dinner, make sure that kids are ready to go to sleep. So we have a lack of time between the parents and the children, which also impacts even their relationship, their parenting skills. Just limited hours, limited childcare for those parents who have multiple kids who might not be able to attend to a parent conference because they might have all other kids and they can't just all bring them to the parent conference. Also their own negative school experience. Some parents, I would say, from like the ESL part of it, they didn't have access to language. An interpreter, so they feel like the school is not ready to have them in the school.
One of the things that I think also inhibit the parents of low-income families are access to high-quality early learning programs, and whether that's the fact that they don't know how to find them, they can't afford them, or more importantly, they don't have transportation to get their child there.
Research speaks to just thinking about reading to kids, spending 20 minutes a night reading to a child, just the impact that child will have by the time he or she reaches 6th grade.
Being able to go to museum, a lot of our kids don't know what is a museum, what does that look like.
School supply needs, as everybody knows, with the beginning of school year, with increased costs of school supplies, that's a big thing. Another big one for me is nutrition. Kids coming to school not being properly nutritioned at home.
There is a lot of students sitting in classrooms that have a lot of potential that often are not considered the really high needs kids, or they don't need the behavior specialist or the reading specialist, that they are just doing good enough for the school system. And I feel like poverty for them, I feel it just takes away a lot of opportunities. There are students who might be able to strive or succeed more if they had the opportunity to have a tutor or maybe have a community center where they could do healthy activities or learn social skills that unfortunately are not able to learn at home.
In thinking about a solution, as a former elementary principal and now in this role, some of our students do come with a lot of needs, social, emotional needs. What I see our teachers doing in a masterful way is really building relationships with those students, really making connections with the student in their home life to really understand some of the struggles.
So ACEs has been kind of a hot topic here the last couple of years, and it's something that we see quite frequently in our work. And as you mentioned, adverse childhood experiences. So what are those? Emotional abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse, emotional, physical neglect, physical violence, emotional distress, alcohol, drug abuse, divorce, mental illness, incarceration, on and on. So, and what's the correlation between ACEs and poverty? And it's a high correlation. A lot of children that are living in poverty are much more likely to have a higher ACEs score. So, what are the results of that? Well, basically, those kids experiencing those high levels of ACEs lead to risky health behaviors, chronic health conditions, low life potential and early death, lack of further education. And so it's a consequence to the whole community.
If you look at the correlation of research between poverty and at-risk youth, you will find that most make bad choices before the age of 20. And you make bad choices in life before the age of 20, that will automatically exclude you from public safety professions, it will exclude you from the military, and several different job opportunities no longer are available to a young man or woman at the age of 20 or less. I think our energy really should be directed to our youth. That's our future.
I'm interested in your thoughts and observations and experiences with the role race plays in opportunities, experiences, achievement.
As an African American male graduating from Northwood High School, my father passed away while I was in high school. He was illiterate, he couldn't read. My mom drove a school bus. But I had just wonderful mentors all around saying, Chris, you're gonna go to college. Chris, do you wanna be a teacher? Where do you wanna go to college? And so in that community really made a difference.
My name is Sharon. I am a member of Chatham County, attended the school system here. I often tell people that I was robbed from having a good education because of my zip code, where I lived. And I still see this happening today with our school system.
We ranked 45th out of 50 in per pupil spending, 48th out of 50 in student services. You mentioned 50 out of 50 in principal pay. So, you know, it's a big picture thing here. It's the state government, you know. Let's really, if we're really trying to talk about funding, you know, let's figure out from the sources ways to invest more in education.
And I say we just never give up. We never give up on a kid. We keep digging, we keep trying, we find some way to reach the child and support the child and teach the child and never give up. We may not always succeed, but we're not going to stop trying. This is a school system effort and a community effort, and we can do even better. We know we can. That's why we're here tonight.